Rui was balling, so I'm gonna give it to Rui. Okay. Rui, no Rui. Yeah, I come, baby. What you need? Oh Lord. Oh, you did? Oh man. Man. But LeBron, that let you know LeBron can't the man too old to carry a team. He can't carry the team no more. Man too old for that.
From the
He
home
too old
of
for that.
many a
The man
title
like
run
50
and
years
one of the
old.
NFL's most
What y'all
successful
want to do, man?
franchises. You're looking live at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
Man, man, yeah, cause you ain't got the feeling. That's what we were telling my partner, cause all he doing is screaming about no Lakers, no fries, Lakers in five, Brian going home, such and such, such and such. And we like, well, this shit better be dead.
An
You see what
undefeated
I'm
starts
saying?
against a winless skid. Let's see if this week goes chalk
Oh
or if there's an
man.
upset brewing in week 4.
Oh
This will
man.
be a touchback, so we're going to need our
Hey
first
man.
snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He cuts it to the right sideline. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Let's go! A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
79 Broncos. Panther Street. Panther Street. Ready?
A counter give here to Pacheco. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Hawk 70. Hawk Buffalo 18. Ready?
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. A second down run by Pacheco. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Now Boswell on to send this away. To return this, Marcus Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Big Lion. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shut up.
Back-to-back carries here. Gets up the edge to the 35. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a New England 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jack Jones making that tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Come on. Set. Alert. Alert. Hey, smash Bronco. Check go.
Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 18 Pioneer. Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
May now on 3rd down. His first throw is an interception. Jack Jones has got it. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers go up 10-0 here in the first. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Jones. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go check.
Hand off to the back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Patriots will have a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
70! Warrior 70! Ready?
Going to the ground again on first. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Escapes the pocket. Looking middle, firing. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 31-yard play. And that's a New England first down.
Set! 70 Lion! Set up!
Trying the right side. He's contained at the line for no gain. Madden stopped by Alex Highsmith. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Go, Rig! Go! Down!
Back to the well again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Has him on the quick hitter.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Set! Ready, ready?
Quick throw finds about right. He will go! Touchdown, New England! The Patriots reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Patriots cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. First and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, here we go! Hup.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
On the ball, on the ball!
Moving quickly,
19
trying to get set
Tiger,
again.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bob, 18 Bradley, Panther 11, Panther 11. Check go!
From the 44 here on 2nd down. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country
19
mile.
tight, 19 Lion. Set up.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Scoreboard shows 10-7. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute.
Okay, ready?
Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football.
Here we go.
They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
18, Cardinal. 18
Working
Cardinal.
quickly here.
Chap 60. Chap 60. 79 Bronco. Buffalo 18. Go.
From the 35 on second down. He's on the move. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, break.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Panther 60. Dragon 60. Ready.
Back to throw now. Forced out to his right. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky doesn't lie, without that ball being tipped, we're looking at a big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense and a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
Let's go now. Ready.
2nd and 10 now. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers' 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's got Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers make it a 9-point advantage. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play, right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up.
Ready.
And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Now Boswell on to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Down. 18. Pioneer. Unlock Lion. Unlock Lion. Get up.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets him around 6 there. Jack Jones making that tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Big catch made, and he got both feet in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Check smash. Check smash. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
On the ready.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Like Checking 18. Hut.
From the 24. We've got a screen to the running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Set go.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Warrior 70. Street. Go.
From the gun, it's May. On target to Musgrave. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal.
Set.
He's going to keep this one. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Patriots cut the lead to just a field goal. Drake made the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Patriots cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41.
Ready. Ready.
Running right is Pacheco. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
On the ball now. On the check.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Ready.
Back to Pacheco here on second. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on third down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Rig it.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Let's go now.
Right back to Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
On the set.
Offense staying out there. It's fourth and 1.
Check that. Check that. Set. Ready.
They'll run it with Pacheco. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
These fourth down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Come 19.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Gillette. The Patriots with some work to do, trailing in this game. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Down. Get up.
From the 46. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Let's go. Roll, roll, roll. Hut, hut.
They'll try and punch it in. We'll take it in. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots get some late points and the lead. Kicking team out to try the extra points. Oh, and it's no good. Just his 2nd missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Set. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bob. Ready, ready?
They'll throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
18 Rattler. Set up. Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19 tight. 19 Lion. Check go.
They're throwing it. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Trap 60, trap 79 Broncos. Hurt, hurt. Buffalo 18. Dragon 60. Go.
They're going for this. He connects downfield on 4th. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Now Boswell on to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hurt, hurt.
And they send a man in motion.
Ready.
To the air on 1st down, May. Completed to his running back. A lot of grass ahead. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ready. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Here's May. Buys time, rolling right. Down the run right. He's got it inside the 25. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Let's go now. Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hut, hut.
They give it to him again. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Quick throw left side complete. And he has the New England touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. First and 10 from the 41.
Ready?
Now a pitch play to Pacheco. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Maverick. Set. Check smash.
They've got a man in motion.
Warrior 70. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 7. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings them to 3rd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Riggs.
Running back sent in motion.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
To the air, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left with 4th down here. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go! Bronco 80. Check go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Another carry for him. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
He'll get this one to Brown. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. They'll try this extra point. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Boswell on to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
May now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
19 Lions. Smash.
A second down run by Pacheco. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
Mustang 19. Hut.
Here's a throw. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
79 Broncos. Ready.
First down from the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown.
Ready.
And the Steelers line it up to go for 2 once more.
Here we go. Set. Hut.
He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Come on, set! Panther Street, Panther Street!
Now they send their back in motion right. Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Let's go now.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, here's May. Chased out to his right. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
70 Lions. Ready?
They'll come out throwing. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
18 Cardinal. Dragon 60. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready? 18 Pirate, 60 Maverick, 60.
Throw on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Let's go.
And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Fourth and forever coming up.
Set.
Looking to throw. Big gain downfield. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
19. Go. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Hut, hut.
From the red zone now. Left side caught by Metcalf. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hey, smash.
They kick the running back in motion.
Ready?
Throwing from the gun. It's caught Metcalf. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's go.
They'll run. Pacheco. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Hustle.
Offense up to the line fast.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Motioning left is their running back. Now on 2nd and 10. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Escapes, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Steelers take a third-quarter lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Go, Chap! Go, Chap! Set up! Go!
Now a give running right. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Shaq!
Has a man, it's Brown. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Ready, ready!
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Come on, set! Chap 60, Chap 60! Ready!
Here's the pistol snap to May. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Ready! Buffalo 18! Dragon 60! Get up!
Here's 2nd and 14. On target to Musgrave. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
7 Pirates!
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
18, Pioneer! 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick!
May not have throw on 3rd. Ooh, he put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that trims the lead to just a couple.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
On the return, here's Jones. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain.
Hustle, hustle.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Ready, ready.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And that hit stops him in his tracks.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Working quickly here.
60 Eagle. Warrior 70. Hup.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
On the double.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
60 Bison. 70. Check go.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line.
Bronco 80.
Offense in the hurry up here.
Come 19. Come 19. Go.
2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
Set. Temple. Set.
Offense up to the line fast.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
A 50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate. And that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Set. Hut, hut.
Going play action, May. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's a quick throw to the left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
First down, ball at the 36.
Street. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down around the 34. The Steelers calling their first timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. Check go.
Back-to-back carries here. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. Hurt. Go.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
On the ready.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go.
Ready.
Going to keep this one and go. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker. The defense takes its
Ready,
third and
fight.
final timeout. It's 2nd and goal.
Set up. Ready.
He tries to sneak it, and he runs it across. Touchdown! The Patriots take a fourth-quarter lead. Drake made the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense.
On the set.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go. Set. Set up.
Back now, pressure on its way. Metcalf there to bring it in. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. New set of downs for him from the 46.
19 tight. 19 tight. Come on. Come on.
To throw it on 1st down. Flush down out to his left. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down,
Ready up.
trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
Massive hit. The ball is out. Scooped up by the Patriots. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And New England will return it for the touchdown. The Patriots take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. I think they would have happily just... over Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot.
Mustang 19. Ready. Ready.
Throwing now on 1st down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Dragon 60. Set. Check go.
Here he is to throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
Throwing now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Patriots get the football as he makes...